I was talking about breaking that next milestone, which is 90. Congratulations on passing that 100 benchmark. The number one thing you need to think about when it comes to breaking 90 is we have to avoid those double bogeys. Even the best players of the world are really focused on getting rid of those, as they're an absolute score killer. So as you're playing, your goal should be bogey golf. If you're making a bogey every single hole, you're going to give yourself a really good opportunity to break 90, which is our goal moving forward. Statistics show that players that score in the 90s miss 57% of their shots short of the green. So really key for you to think about clubbing up into the greens. I don't care what your playing partners are hitting. Don't let that ego get involved. If you have to hit more club, do that, because that's going to give you the better chance to get the ball on the green in regulation and have 2 strokes and a chance to make par on that hole. Now, accuracy will also become extremely important for you, but if you're a player that's shooting in the 90s consistently, really you should be aiming at the middle of every single green. Now, if you have a wedge in your hand, you can be a little bit more aggressive, but anything more than a wedge into a green, you need to be working off the center of that green to give yourself the best chance to make a par, and if it leads to a bogey, that's not going to hurt you in your score moving forward. Players that shoot in the 90s on average only hit 22% of their greens in regulation, which is only 4 per round. So that means you're going to be missing 14 greens on average every time you go out and play, which is a lot. So it's going to be really important for you to focus on your pitching and chipping. Really, it's going to be the fastest way for you to lower your scores. A couple of comments I would like to make when you work on your short game. Number one, don't be afraid of what's called the low shot, or see low when you're around the green. I know the best players in the world are hitting high soft flop shots or hitting those low one hop stop shots, but at this area in your development, you need to get the ball on the ground and rolling like a putt as quickly as possible. You can even hit putts from off of the green. There's your worst putts can be better than your worst chip, but I would encourage you, work on your pitching and chipping though. We don't want to develop a fear of that part of the game, and when you are working on it, we have some great videos from a technique perspective, but you need to develop just a standard pitch shot that carries roughly 15 yards in the air and can stop fairly quickly. If you could just develop that one shot out of the fairway and out of the rough, it's going to give you a big boost to help in your scores. So like I said, make sure we watch our videos, and the key there is we want solid, consistent contact. That's the only way you're going to generate any feel around the greens, is if you have solid contact. If you're hitting some fat, you're hitting some thin, you're not going to be able to develop any feel. I promise you have good touch, but you need good technique to give you that solid contact every single time. Focus on patterns in your game, whether it's really good shots that you're hitting or even more importantly, those bad shots. So a lot of players will inevitably have a club go sour on them. That'd be a 3-wood off of the fairway, or it could be a bunker shot, whatever it might be. Focus on those and try to play away from them throughout your round, as that's going to really hinder our score if we end up hitting those shots. And conversely, if you're hitting a specific shot shape that you may not like, just embrace it. If you're going out there and you're hitting 20-yard fades every single time, but you like to hit draws, just go with it. And Tiger Woods talks about this all the time. When he's warming up, he's observing his swing. What's the ball doing? If it's going one direction considerably every single time, he just embraces it and says, hey, today this is the shot shape that I have, and I'm going to go with it. Relax between shots. You're going to be out there for 4.5 or 5 hours, and it is impossible for you to focus for that long. If you go out there and try to stay dialed in, you're going to be exhausted by the end of it. We want to conserve our energy throughout the round. So when you get to your ball, you're going to have roughly 40 seconds through your pre-shot routine, hopefully a little bit faster than that, but leave that time for you to stay focused. And then between shots, relax, talk to your playing partners, get your mind off golf, enjoy being outside, and try to stay fresh. The goal is when we get to those final few holes, when we're getting close to hopefully breaking 90 for the first time, that we're fresh from an energy and physical standpoint to help us push through that barrier. If you're a player shooting in the 90s consistently, you need to be playing from roughly 6,400 yards or 5,800 meters. If you play from any longer than that, you're really going to hinder your development as a player. So really focus on playing from those distances, and good luck when you're out there. Let us know how we can help, but I really think these keys are going to help you push through to break 90 for the first time.